Salutations, family. Welcome back to the Purple Crown Goddess Tarot. I am the Purple Crown Goddess. My name is Nakia. And I'm here to do a new moon reading for you all. But before I get into the reading, I just wanted to show you the cards that were already on the table. Because I was doing the reading for you all and then I had to stop. I became overwhelmed with emotion in a moment. And usually I have a Band-Aid over my hand because I burned my hand really bad. But I don't have another one right here with me, so please excuse me at this moment. I'll cover it up for the next one. But I want to tell you something. You would be surprised at the energies around you, good and bad, okay? You will be surprised. When I started to do this reading, the energy that came out was really good. It was really dope. It was really beautiful. Lots of queens, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, you know, then you got the Strength card, masculine and feminine. But I started to receive this message when I stopped the video. I just had to stop the reading mid-video. And the message was, the hunter will become the hunted. Okay? The hunter will become the hunted. Okay? And that's because with the new moon brings new opportunities. Just looking beyond the magic of the moon and looking into the physical basic principles of the moon, okay? The moon, when it is fully lit, or when the moon is full, it is lit and the sky is bright and the night is bright. There's a bright night. But when the moon is dark, it's new, it's brand new, and we're going into another lunar cycle. There are different opportunities for those without shelter, or for those who can't go into their homes and shut the door, okay? So when you think about the animal kingdom, if those animals who do not have good night vision, guess what? The new moon is bad news for them. But for all those animals that hide and wait for the night, a new opportunity is presented, okay? I'll tell you, the scripture Psalm 91 comes to mind with the energy of this new moon. And the reason it does is because it talks about the safety of the shadow of God, okay? The safety that God's shadow provides. And I know many people out there right now are probably feeling like they're wondering, has God heard my cry? But it has most definitely been heard. And we're going to go ahead and get right on into this reading, okay? So, whatever energy, Divine Mother and Father, whatever energy that you have, put it on the table. I want to start with a prayer, as I always do. Divine Mother and Father, I thank you so much for allowing this reading to take place. I thank you so much for protection, for guidance, for peace, and for clarity. I thank you for this message reaching whoever it is divinely and rightly for in the divine and rightful time, be us in a new moon or a waning moon, okay? Divine Mother and Father, what is the overarching energy that you would like to share with the viewer and myself at this time? Abundance. Abundance. Oh my goodness, I have chills. Because what did I tell you? Oh my goodness, the chills are real. Because what did I say, family? What was the message? The hunter will become the hunted. And what moon is this that comes out with abundance? The hunter moon. Okay, the hunter moon. And at the bottom of the deck is the new moon, which symbolizes a beginning. So whoever you are, ooh, the unexpected, ooh, once in a blue moon, okay? This opportunity that is being presented right now in this space and time, it's the opportunity of the divine. The Most High God has been watching, okay? Some of you have been wronged in a place where you never should have been wronged. Probably didn't even know you've been wronged. Might not even be aware of it right now. But thank God, God knows all. Thank God that God knows all. Whatever this deception is might not even ever come to your acknowledgement. And if it doesn't, that's a blessing. If it does, it's a blessing. Because the Most High God has been looking out for you all along. Your angels, your spirit guides, your team. I see this comical picture of, you know, we've all seen that cartoon where it's this unknowing yet bubbly happy being, and they are just skipping through calamity and nothing seems to happen to them. That's the type of energy that I'm feeling, of just keep your vibration high as you skip through this landmine of jealousy, this landmine of spiteful people who really just, they hate you because of your inner beauty. Your inner beauty, the beauty that you can't see. Because, come on now, what person do we see the least? Right? What person do we see the least? Ourselves. You know? If it wasn't for a mirror, you would never get to see yourself in this lifetime. Never. That's why self-reflection is so very important. Self-reflection is so very important. That moment, that quiet time where you sit and you listen and you hear the voice that is within yourself. You hear that. So that you can get to see you. But thank God for angels. Thank God for love. Because love is the energy that truly, truly protects you through all things. Love is the energy that protects you through all things. Love is the reason why those landmines, when they exploded, they had nothing to do with you. They didn't touch you. Love is the reason why people are throwing obstacles in your way, but they land perfectly to create a staircase for you to get to the next level. Thank you, Divine Mother and Father. Thank you, Most High God. Thank you for opportunities. Thank you for stepping stones. Thank you for allowing the enemy to see love in a place where they couldn't before. You know, there's one thing that I hear a lot of people say that it just never resonated with me, which was send it back. You know, when somebody sends you bad energy, somebody sends you negative energy, I send it back. I send it back times 3. I send it back times 10, whatever. That energy never resonated with me. Though I've contemplated it. I'm not going to lie. I'm human. But it's never resonated enough with me to actually do it. You want to know why? Because for one, sometimes what's coming to you is something that you sent yourself and you might not even be aware of it. So you're sending it back to yourself times 10. Wow. And then another thing is because love begets love. You know, when somebody or something sends you negativity because you are love, that's what it leaves you as, love. So when somebody sends negative energy, the way you raise the vibration of the planet is not by sending it back times 10 in negativity. You're sending that out. You're sending that out into the universe. How are you working for the divine if that's what you do? what you do is when it comes to you, because you are love, it's automatically transmuted and it leaves you as love. Now, because God is so great and so amazing, we can trade our trash for treasure. So sometimes things that are too heavy, like things like betrayal, okay? That's very heavy. Sometimes what you have to do is just leave people where they are, okay? And the energy, you give it to God. Like, for instance, I was recently betrayed. And what I did was I took that betrayal. I left that person where they were, because that betrayal, hey, that's the last time, man. That's it. But I took that energy and I gave it to God. And I asked him and her, the Divine Mother and Father, the Most High God, I asked that it be traded. I asked to trade the betrayal, the energy of the betrayal, the sadness from the betrayal, the tears from the betrayal. I asked if I could trade that for love. Self-love, love of others, love to raise the vibration of the planet, intuition. And it was honored. It was honored. So what you do with those energies, because that's ultimately what they are, energies, okay, is up to you. We have our divine free will. We have dominion. That's what we were granted when we were given life. We were granted with dominion. And because God is omnipresent and omnipotent, right? That means that God is not only everywhere outside of you, that also means that God is within you. So because of that, we also must remember that and remember to honor the God within. Because you are the greatest gift that God has ever given to you. And there is no devil in hell or on earth that can harm you as long as you are love. Because as long as you are love, you are honoring the divine. Okay? What specific messages do you have to go along with this message of the hunter will become the hunted? The hunter will become the hunted. New beginnings, abundance, peace, prosperity. God is the source of all things. The Magician at the bottom of the deck, and I see the Death card poking through. Renewal. This is, oh, look, and the Devil. Major energy this new moon. Major energy this new moon. What are the cards that will help to deliver the correct message, Divine Mother and Father? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Trading trash for treasure. Recognizing the beauty of your own energy. Whatever it was that had you down, made you feel bound to something. Whatever it is that made you feel as if you had nothing or you were nothing, or the only thing you could do was cry and pray about it. You know, it's strange, or it's also kind of sad that sometimes we don't recognize our own power. And the name of the game for some people is to make sure that you don't recognize your own power. To make sure that when they hold the mirror up to you, that they are holding a distorted mirror up to you so that you can't see how beautiful, how powerful, how righteous you really actually are. They don't want you to know. And the reason they don't want you to know Yes, it's jealousy, but it's because nobody has held that mirror up to them. So what we must do as enlightened ones, okay, is enlighten them. Help them to see their beauty, but not only their beauty, because one thing, some people, they just get too caught up on trying to see the beauty of something, you know, or hoping that all you see is the beauty. Because the beauty is also the flaw, okay? The beauty is also the flaw. So whatever this feeling is, you can trade that for treasure. Whatever this is, that can be transmuted into something that is actually going to give you the right amount of fuel that you need to perfect your craft. And your craft is the way that you use your divine gifts. Okay? This moon card is coming out to say that is what this moon is going to bring to you, if only you allow it to, and allow the full cycle to progress. Okay? The full progression of the moon cycle, to see this energy transmute from this to this. You know, get in the water. And what I mean by get in the water is get in the water, get in your emotions, deal with your emotions head on. The hunter. The hunter is something that I think of as the negative thoughts. Those thoughts that just keep on chasing you down, trying to make you run, invoking fear. That. Jump into that water and face it and see that it's nothing there. The water is clear. It's nothing there. This 8 of Wands, along with the Fool card, it's saying that once you've gotten into this water, like, to me, this is that. This is this is where she has fallen in. She's trusted and she's there. The spiritual gifts will start to move with the quickness. You'll recognize yourself with the quickness. Any other messages from this deck, Divine Mother and Father? I see self. The part of you that was running away stops running and then begins to chase out fear. The part of you that is love. The part of you that is love is the opposite of fear. It's the same energy. It's on the same spectrum. They are dual energies. It's just that one is toxic and one is balanced. Fear is the toxicity. Fear is the toxic aspect of love. Put it like that. And I see us completely walking away from that. Look, the Ace of Cups there. The 3 of Wands, back turned away from fear, okay? And not even necessarily turned away from fear, but understanding that fear is love, and fear is love, and fear is love. And so once you recognize that, then there is nothing else to be afraid of. There's only love, because you faced it at this point. The hunter becomes the hunted. Fear is no longer fear. You stop. You face it. Fear on the run is actually love now. Because it's really us. All the time. It's always self. It's always self. It's always self. Yes, I also do see jealous energies around you, but we also have to really recognize and remember that they're dealing with fear. And so how you help them to face love, since they're looking at you, is to be love. Let them see what love really is. And love is not always something that is, you know, rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes love tastes like chaparral. All right? Sometimes, right? Because isn't that what bitter things do? Aren't herbs for the healing? And aren't herbs known as bitters? Right? Everything about love ain't always sweet. You see, this Queen of Swords here has her cup of love down, protected underneath her. Okay? So just in case there's an attack, she keeps her heart safe. It's not that she doesn't love. She loves. She loves more than anybody or anything. It's just that she doesn't allow the sweetness to get in the way of knowing when it's time to drink her bitters. Any more messages? We've got the Four of Cups, which is that energy of feeling like, huh. We've got the Sun with the Ace of Swords, where the aces always, they trump everything for me. They trump everything. The aces always trump every card in the deck for me when I read, because the aces are gifts from God. The aces are gifts directly from God. Okay? So this is a gift of clarity. Well, actually, the Ace of Swords is my God card. So God is with you. Yeah. God and the Sun right there together. Beautiful. And then look here. The Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Talking about true wealth. True wealth. Okay. Wow. Okay, God. Wow, wow, wow. So this clear vision is allowing you to see that the God within you is not only helping you to think clearly, but it's also helping you to love clearly. Love and overcome this feeling of boredom that is keeping you here in this cycle that's not allowing you to spiral out into this energy of doing the work of the divine, the work that you actually know that you were built and created to do. The divine is actually saying, let me work with you, let me work through you, so that you can call in energetically with your soul the partners, the sacred partnerships that are going to help you to do this work. Teamwork make the dream work. And through that clarity, we're starting to learn what true wealth truly is, what true abundance truly is. And true wealth is to have good company, honestly. Is to be able to recognize yourself and how valuable you are. And once you recognize yourself and how valuable you are, you won't waste your time with people and things and circumstances and situations that are less than your worth. Because, and it's not even that you're thinking like, oh, I'm not going to spend my time and I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to be with them. It's not that. It's just that you recognize your wealth, your worth. And so you want to be around those that vibrate like you. That's soul tribe. That's true wealth. You know, you're not playing games with your time anymore, because your time, you see that and recognize that as being the essence of your life, the essence of your life. You know, there may be some people, there may be some things that you actually learn to walk away from. And it's not that you're walking away from them with the intent to walk away, but you're walking towards what it is that you actually want to experience. So it becomes less of an obsession with negativity, less of an obsession with cutting things off and walking away, and becomes more of an appreciation for the things that you actually desire to experience. So instead of walking away, you're walking towards something. This shadow self displayed in this Nine of Swords here, again, right? The Nine of Swords comes out twice. This mental anguish, this shadow self, this part of you even that you might not be able to face, that you don't want to face, because it's a part of you that you feel ashamed of, that you feel embarrassed about. That part of you is actually your power. The hunter becomes the hunted. Okay? So the part of you that you once didn't want to face, you didn't want anything to do with, you ran from that aspect of you, you see it so differently now. You're not afraid of you anymore. You're no longer afraid of you. And look, another moon. And there's not too many moons in this deck. But you recognize now that I can love myself fully, even the parts of me that other people tend to turn their nose up at. Because now I recognize that when I am turning my nose up at an aspect, it's something to do with me. It's a healing in there somewhere for me. It's something in there that I can use. It's useful. Something that's going to allow me to evolve. Something that's going to spiritually rebirth me into new circumstances. Because look, right under this Nine of Swords is the Nine of Cups. And everybody knows that the Nine of Cups is a wishes granted card. And what do we know about the pufferfish? The pufferfish is not necessarily a fish that you want to eat. And if the pufferfish is eaten, it has to be prepared by a master chef who is intricately specialized, highly specialized and skilled in the area of working with this fish. So there is some skill or some craft or something, some idea that the divine wants to work with you on specifically. Now with the fly being right underneath that, it being the Five of Swords, there's a super duper need to understand what you are being prideful about, okay? Or what this prideful energy, or what this energy is. Is it pride? Asking yourself, is it pride that won't allow me to look at myself? Is it pride that won't allow someone else to reflect honestly with you? Okay, because once you're able to self-reflect and look at yourself honestly and clearly, it really doesn't matter what someone else is trying to get you to believe about yourself. Okay, it doesn't matter, because you know who you are. You know yourself. No one else can tell you who you are. All right. And another thing about the fly, when your wishes are granted, that's going to ignite you from within. And what happens in the darkness, what happens to a light in the dark? It attracts all types of gnats, flies, and everything else, okay? So you're going to have to know how to hear what's happening within more than you hear what's happening without. Because that's just what happens. When you turn a light on in the dark, it attracts flies. And you've got to recognize, you got to be able to recognize that you're not attracting what you are all the time. Sometimes you're attracting flies because you're a light. Now under that, we have the Ace of Cups, which, like I said, the aces are always gifts directly from the Most High God. And so here we see the Ace of Cups. This is true fulfillment, okay? True fulfillment. This is this wish granted. I'm hearing the divine say, ask me. Your most earnest desire, ask me. Ask me. Because this is going to bring in that divine gift that you deserve. Look, right underneath that Ace of Cups was the Ace of Pentacles. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. And I'm sure if we keep going and going, we'll see the Ace of Wands too. But you have already received the Ace of Wands, right? That's why you have 8 of them. 8 of them right here to go along with faith. That's what the Fool card always says to me, is have faith. Have faith. Surrender to the flow of the universe. Surrender to what love is coming for you. Partnerships. Trust in the idea of love. Trust in the idea of divine partnerships. Trust in the gifts, because these three gifts directly from the Great Spirit. Nothing for you to fear. New beginnings with these aces, right? The hunter will become the hunted. What you were running from will now be your power, okay? Will now be your power. Is there any other message for this moon, Divine Mother and Father? Is there any other message? Is there any other message? Any other message, Divine Mother and Father? Any other message? I think it's beautiful that the word eternity comes out with healing at the bottom of the day. Bonds. So many bonds are going to be fortified in this energy if you focus there. Eternity. This is the crystal that formed by the word eternity. Look at how symmetrical that is. Beautiful. Earth. Power word, prosperity, going along with the abundance. Stonehenge. And again, healing, and it goes with passion. And earth, spring. That's a lot of earth words and healing words. Power words too. It was how many? 2 power words? 2 power words. 3 earth words and healing. But prosperity and eternity are the main words that are sticking out to me right now. Any other messages, Divine Mother and Father? Any other messages? Okay. I think that that's the end of this reading, family. I hope this message has helped you or assisted you in some way. If it has, let me know. Until next time, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well. Peace.